Hey, it's Tim, Pickup Truck Plus SUV Talk, and today I'm in a 2023 Toyota Sequoia TRD PRO. Now, there's a ton of videos about this vehicle on YouTube, and hell, I've done a ton of videos in this vehicle since last fall when they announced it and launched it, and we did stuff with it, or last spring, or summer, whatever the deal is. I've done a lot of videos on this thing. So I thought, let's just cut through all the noise and do 5 good things and 5 not so good things, or backhand things, about this Toyota Sequoia, and I kind of give my overall thoughts of driving for a week and having some fun with it. So it's, of course, bitter cold out there again, so let's go ahead and step outside. Take one for the team, and then I'll kind of start with that outside, interior, and we'll talk about the 5 good things and 5, well, not so good things. Let's go and get started. Okay, one of the things I really like about this vehicle is the overall styling. And yeah, check it out. I think it looks pretty darn badass. I'm a big fan of the styling overall. Really stands out. Solar octane really pops, whether or not you think that's orange or red. I don't know if it really matters, but yeah, that's your difference there in the exterior. And no, you can see the dirt. We don't have a good power wash here in town. I have been different car washes, can't find it. So we have the TRD light in here. Light bar is kind of cool. Front camera, so you can look down when you're going over stuff. This is right here. We have the cool lights, inserts, vents. I really like the grille. I like the colors here, the marker lights. That's the hybrid engine kicking on, because TRD Pro only comes with hybrid Power 4 or hybrid Max, or whatever they call it. We have the big tow mirrors on it, which I'll talk more about that in a little bit. And then we have a step bar there coming on. Wild Peak tires. You see the dirt and mud. Well, the kids and I had some fun. I'll link to that video above if you want to see this thing off-road. It was kind of fun. All right. And there wraps our exterior. I do have the roof rack on top. We'll talk more about that, storage rack. And we'll come around. The dual exhaust. Yeah. Kind of a cool looking vehicle. So, truck go by. Overall, number 1, big fan of styling. Number 2, look at the interior. I do like this. I've used this a lot. I had a Tundra last year I owned for the channel, and I like to put my arm up here. Nice armrest. I just like the overall layout, design. Lots of cup holders. See the mud. Sorry. I like these floor mats. I like the seats, the camo, the TRD Pro stitching. I think they did just a good job. And I like the steering wheel. I've always been a big fan of the TRD there, plus the line here to let you know while you're off-roading where you're at, center line for the wheels real fast. The big screen there, overall layout. Yeah, overall a pretty big fan of the interior styling, and especially the second row is just massive in this thing. So I'm gonna hop in back here, and I got, well, my seats recline, so I'm kind of rolling here. But yeah, lots of room back here. I do like the vents. So yeah, biggest thing is overall I like the exterior styling. I like the interior styling. So overall, I like the way the vehicle looks. And that's pretty critical, right? Yeah, I think it makes a big difference. All right, there we go. Okay, one more thing I do like about this vehicle, solid rear axle. You know, I mean, everybody's going independent rear suspension, which is fine, but there's something we said about solid rear axle, and people really do like solid rear axles. So that's number 3. Okay, one of the things I don't like about this vehicle is getting back here. Now, this has a unique storage situation. So you do have the solid rear axle, which I think is kind of nice, but you do have some compromises. So this tray here comes out, and it'd be multi-positioned in the slots. So here, here, and here. You can take it up a slot, fold this out, and create what is in de facto a flat floor to a degree. The seats move back and forth, which is nice, but you definitely have you don't have a flat loading floor, which is what I'm trying to say. So if you looked at the Grand Highlander and the Sienna, we did a comparison video with the Highlander, Grand Highlander, Sienna, and Sequoia. You see the massive differences there. What I don't like about it, and again, sound funny, I don't like the controversy. It's created so many comments, and so many people are crazy in these comments, like they hate it and they'll never buy another one in their life, and they just think they destroyed it. And it just seems like, why in this day and age would you make it so controversial? Why not just go something kind of basic? Yeah. But I do like the fact that the window pops up. This is really nice for dogs. You can get the dog, put the chain on the dog, and take it out for the dog park. That works well. Okay, and another thing I don't like about this vehicle is the visibility inside the cabin. And this same thing I talked about the Tundra I had, is that when you look at the cabin, and visibility. Again, I have big tow mirrors. I've been struggling making left-hand turns or even right-hand turns, seeing traffic, because I can't see anything out of these mirrors around them. They're just so massive. But then you also have this really small distance between the mirror and the top of the infotainment screen. And you see in my GoPro, I'm left it up there for purpose. You can see how small this windshield looks, and the visibility just isn't there, which can be a controversial for some people. Some people, for me, driving this thing's like driving a tank, because I feel like I'm sitting back a little bit more, and I look around through my turret lines, to see stuff. But it's just a compromise with the idea of the way the shape of the windshield is, the rake of it, which is the angle, and the way that the screen pops up, and just everything. It just feels very much like I don't have really good visibility. Okay, one of the things I do like in this vehicle is, well, the performance. For such a big vehicle, this sucker moves. And looking at 437 horsepower and 583 foot-pounds torque, made it to that 10-speed automatic transmission. This is the hybrid version of this vehicle, where it has the battery connected to the engine, so you kind of use a combination electrical power plus good old American horsepower. Yeah. All right, so I do like performance of this, and then I also do like this as well off-road. Like, this is a lot of fun off-road with the kids, and I'll link that, like I said, link that video above. But it was just a ton of fun, and I do like the off-road capability of this, the ground clearance. I have rear lockers, four-wheel drive low. I have multi-terrain select, so I can change my terrain so I change my transmission and shifting and stuff to match that terrain. I have crawl control. If I go down hills, like off-road cruise control. I just have tons of features in this that really are impressive for this type of vehicle. So we talked about likes. We talked about exterior styling, interior styling. I talked to you about the overall performance I like. I also really like this TRD exhaust. It's hard for me to put it on camera because I'm by myself, but yeah, I really like that TRD exhaust. It sounds really cool, and it is a big difference. I did not have that in my limited Tundra I had, and I'm thinking, no, I may have screwed that up, because that exhaust note's pretty darn cool. And I guess the last thing I would say to you is it's interesting how this has got the off-road kind of meatier tires. And I can feel the difference between this and, say, my Tundra that didn't have that kind of off-road meaty tire. This rides a little bit not quite as crisp, I would say, of a ride. The tires move a little bit on the thing, but I don't hear a lot of road noise. And I just think overall, I drove it from Denver, and it's pretty comfortable, and it was a nice, pleasurable drive. Okay, now behind the wheel, let me tell you things I don't really like about this vehicle. Number one, it's pretty loud. Like, I'm doing 65 miles an hour, and all I can hear is the wind noise from that rack. So the first thing I would do is take that luggage rack off and toss it, because it is, I know luggage racks do cause some wind noise. This seems excessive, and I'd love to hear this without the wind noise, and with probably smaller mirrors, because I'm assuming in time or in a big storm, whatever, I'm going to hear more wind resistance and wind noise from these big, taller tow mirrors. So overall, it's kind of loud, and I was really shocked by that. I didn't think it was be that loud. Another thing that you'll notice that you may have seen the screen is I'm averaging about 16.7 miles per gallon right now, and when I drove in Denver, I got about 17 miles per gallon. That's pretty poor. It really is. I mean, this vehicle is a hybrid, but the way Toyota set it up was for more performance and more towing performance, and not for fuel economy. And I don't agree. I would love to get more fuel economy out of this, especially hauling kids and traveling and stuff. I mean, this is not awesome for a hybrid system. And it seems like I could have a eco drive mode, and somehow they could tune it differently with the electronics in this vehicle to get better fuel economy when I need it. But I don't. Yeah. Number fifth thing that I don't love about this vehicle is the price. It's $80,000 according to the MSRP on the sticker, and I bought the Tundra Limited for $61,000. So where is $20,000 difference between this and the Tundra Limited? I know the Sequoia TRD PRO has got off-road suspension, tires, it's got the light in the front, it's got these tow mirrors which extend. They actually do extend as well. And I understand I have these little features, but 20 grand? That seems like a little bit much. Not really sure about that. So there you go. My five thoughts, 5 good things, 5 bad things. Interior, exhaust note. I like the performance off the line. I like how well it off-roads. I don't love the price. I don't love the fuel economy. I don't love the visibility. I don't love, what else did I tell you I don't love? I don't love the wind noise. And yeah, it's questionable to me whether I would buy this vehicle because, yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. What do you guys think? Do you guys think this is a home run? I mean, I could see people buying this. I could see this is definitely a cool California rig, you know, driving out in the desert, racing your stuff, hauling stuff behind it, Utah, whatever. I could see this selling. I just don't know. I'm kind of on the fence. I'd like better fuel economy, I'd like a better price, and I'd like to have not so noisy. Put your comments down below. Be curious to read those. Also check out videos over here. And I said, website is pickuptrucktalk.com. Find out more over there. As always, thanks for watching. I will see you down the road.